Hi, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are back, what's up, what's up, what's up? If you're subscribed to me, if you're one of my subscribers or you're someone who views my video, I absolutely support you coming in to listen to me for a second of your time, because I just need to get some stuff off my chest, because I keep positive energy. When something negatively affects me, I need to get it out. So I hope you can respect that I'm just getting out my opinions, my emotions in this video about how I feel about the natural hair community. It's been confusing and it's become political. It's become a social construct versus it just being a human construct of love and understanding and growth. Instead of things being optimistic, it's very, very negative a lot of times. And my hair is 4C. My hair is in protective style right now, but my hair is 4C, and I just feel like we just been dashed over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's come to a point where it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be a content creator, to be part of a community that was based on us all finding, understanding, loving, growing, learning our own textures, and you know, that being part of our self-care, part of our self-love. It was basically about Black women learning to love on their own hair and not feel constantly forced to assimilate to straight hair or weaves or relaxed hair for jobs, basically, to fit the social construct of European beauty. So we broke through that, and now we are here. Natural hair is the biggest thing. It's gotten so big. I remember when it was coming up. So personally, for me, I've been natural almost 10 years, and I've been on YouTube for a good 11 years, 11, 12 years now. So I've been part of it for a long span of time. So I feel like there's natural hair discrimination and there's a texturism issue. I've noticed that most of my forehair, 4C or type 4, if you don't like to, you know, type, have went back to relaxers. I've been noticing over the past year. It's been blasted in my face constantly when I'm on YouTube or social media in general. It's just that. It's just there's no acceptance of women loving on their textures. It's not. When I mean it's only type 4 hair women that I'm seeing doing this, it's only type 4 hair women doing this, and specifically 4C. Like 4C hair is still discriminated against in the natural hair community. It's not as pushed as a looser texture would be. Now I'm seeing something called the Gina curl on YouTube now. Now you could say, like, what is that? I kind of heard of that, but what is it exactly? Now, I went to beauty school, was licensed for a while. The Gina curl is basically a modern day Jerry curl. That's all it is. Like, not knocking the creator or women for wanting to do that, because people do texturize their hair to make it looser. That's still happening as well, but it's overwhelming for me because I'm a content creator, and even beyond being a content creator, it's I'm a natural. You know, my hair is natural. My hair is 4C, type 4, and I have the kinkiest curl on the spectrum. So when I see my hair being discriminated against, or women like me going back to relaxers, I find it absurd. But how you feel about your own hair is your own personal feeling. But I feel like part of the natural hair community, well, part of what this natural hair community actually means, what the foundation of it actually meant, was to love yourself, to love your own hair, your own beauty. It's become assimilate to having looser textured hair. Like, you don't have to assimilate to having a weave, but assimilate to having looser textured hair, because 4C hair is no. That hurts me in itself, because it's my hair. Like, I could deal with the looks outside of, you know, people not really knowing what to say. I get that a lot, dealing with the discrimination of, wow, your hair just doesn't fit European standards, beauty standards, and nobody really knows what to say. They just stare. Like, when you could feel somebody staring at you, it's like, it's a spiritual thing. It's just like, you know, somebody just eyes is just drilling you, and I'm just like, hi, hello. You know, it just forces you to say hi, to not make it awkward, or make it seem like you have some type of attitude, because why the hell are you looking at me so hard? Because my texture is not by European standards, and it sucks. If you are gonna wear your hair, it better be this texture. If you are gonna wear your hair, I hope it's this texture. And if you see people big chopping and hoping for a looser texture, and I'm just like, if you're not someone who is aware that New York, the state I live in, passed a law against natural hair discrimination, where you would feel like, no, there's no such thing. They had to pass a whole law because people were getting their locks cut off. People were being forced to wear wigs that were straight or curly, but looser curls. People were getting fired from their jobs, still to this day are, because not all states have issued that ban. So there's still discrimination around the board of working in a professional setting or being in school, where your hair, and I have braids in my hair, could be discriminated against just because the whole law passed. Like, now I'm gonna lose my job because I have locks, or I'm gonna lose my job because my texture is in a certain texture that looks pretty enough to be in a professional setting. There's just so much stigma against 4C hair. How could someone feel confident and loved and accepted in a community where, if I don't have this looser textured hair and I just go outside with my hair, which, because it's so tightly wound, I'm probably gonna have a lot of shrinkage, or the curls might not be as defined. The curls and coils might not be as defined. It might look like an afro by the end of the day because the humidity. And I get stared at. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. Like, I don't have a problem with somebody doing it outside anymore. It used to bother me. It used to really hurt my feelings, but at times at this point I'm just like, hi, hello, you like my hair? Yeah, I'm a little bit petty, yeah, a little bit. My whole take on it. But when it's done to a child, or it's put out in your face to other women that your 4C hair or your type 4 hair is ugly or it's undesirable and you can't be confident with it unless you slick your edges or have some type of loose curl. Like, it's just, ugh, it frustrates me. It really, to my core, it hurts my feelings, and I can only imagine how somebody newly natural feels coming into this and then seeing her, you know, her other sisters with her hair texture conform to European standards. And the European standard now is to have, not, it used to be just straight hair, but it's to have curly hair, but looser textured. So imagine somebody with type 4C hair just coming in and being ambushed like that. It's sickening. It's an unfortunate thing that you have to deal with outside in the world. And when you go on social media, you're reminded of the same discrimination. Can you believe that? How could somebody feel comfortable? How? That's why I love on my sisters. I type in 4C a lot of times, not to discriminate against other textures, because I watch their videos too time to time, but I do mostly view my 4C sisters hair, and I will watch their content to make sure they have a backing and have my support to know that, girl, our hair is bomb. Like, we it. That's it. Like, I don't care, because there isn't much to go on about self-love anymore. It's more about who can get the most likes, who can get the most views, who's using this type of edge control, who could swoop their edges the best. I don't do that, so you will never see that here. I don't knock somebody who does it, but it's too much of it. It's too much emphasis on things being laid and constructed in a certain way where it can't just be, your hair just can't be. So that part of it, I could see why somebody would be like, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. It's too much. Why are we doing this? This is politics. You know, it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't a hairstyle anymore. This has become the norm of what natural hair is supposed to look like. And no, natural hair doesn't need to be defined each and every time. It doesn't need to be slicked down each and every time. And you know, it doesn't need to be straightened every time. It doesn't need to be blown out every time to look good. It doesn't. Not only are we not a community anymore, it's just easy to bash each other. I think that's why there's a lot of hashtag 4C when people know they're not 4C, and they're just hating because 4C is, you know, starting to get that platform the way it's supposed to be getting, and now there's just this hashtag 4C when you know you are type 3. Doing this for views, or just a plot to stop the coming up of 4C. It's crazy. It's 2021, and primitive thinking or segregation between how you look or how you view yourself, it shouldn't be that. It should just be acceptance of self. But it's not that. So it's automatically held, you know, construct to what beauty standards are, which isn't the natural standard. I support a lot of my natural hair sisters, so when you feel disrespected at the same table you're supposed to be eating that with everyone else, there's a problem and it needs to be addressed. So I'm addressing it. So I hope this helped you guys, and I hope we can have that conversation below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.